Welcome into this special edition of the Kansas City Chiefs Report, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us, coming at you roadside from somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Louisiana. We left this afternoon, and we are on our way to New Orleans to cover Super Bowl 59. We're going to be bringing you exclusive content here on the channel all week long. We're going to be at Radio Row. We'll be at Super Bowl opening night tomorrow from the Superdome. We got some exciting stuff all week long here on the channel, so certainly stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, folks. This is why you subscribe. Here we are. We're in the car, and yet we're still bringing you content. We're finding ways to keep you posted on everything you need to know about your Kansas City Chiefs. Stay up to date, the latest happenings with your favorite team all season, all year, all off season, and throughout Super Bowl week right here on the channel. We got you covered. So, Chiefs and Eagles. It's pretty interesting. I was listening to Andy Reid talk in the last couple days about their preparations for this matchup. And one of the things that Andy pointed to was that they have prepared as if the Super Bowl was today, not next week. They are headed to New Orleans. They'll arrive here this afternoon and already have everything lined up and ready to go as if they're ready to play a game today, which is typically not the case for a normal bye week. Usually when you have a bye week, these teams tend to, kind of enjoy the off week, and then they resume activities the following week and let their players rest and all this. Not the case of the Kansas City Chiefs. They've been in game mode all week long as far as that goes. So that's an interesting element to all this, that they are coming in with a plan of action. They're prepared for this circumstance. They've been there, done that before. And that's what you would expect out of a team that is looking for their third straight Super Bowl title, that has now played in, how many of these now in the Mahomes era? 5 total this time around. So it's par for the course. And you like seeing this team in business mode. And you think about this too, like, you're going into the Super Bowl, you're playing in New Orleans, and there could easily be a lot of distractions. And, so much going on with Bourbon Street and all these different things, but they're locked in. And I think, you talk about preparations and comparing this to other circumstances. Just look at last year. The Chiefs obviously were in Vegas for that Super Bowl, and yet they still were locked in all week long. I remember Patrick Mahomes telling the team, like, hey, we're going to focus in this week, and if we win the Super Bowl, I'll take all of y'all back for a Vegas trip, and we can enjoy Vegas down the line. And I think you're going to have that same approach this week where, yes, there's a lot going on in New Orleans, but this is business as usual. This is trying to chase that Super Bowl title and do everything possible that it takes. So I think they got the right approach. They got the right mindset for these circumstances. They know what it takes. They know the expectations. And everything that we've seen in just the last couple of days, and we'll see more of it throughout Super Bowl week this week, is a relaxed Chiefs team. This team, through all the adversity, all the circumstances that they've been through this year when it comes to the injuries they've faced and everything that's been said about them, and everybody telling them, oh, they're lucky, the refs give them everything and all this, yada, yada, yada. Here they are, this team, the entire time, the goal was to be here. This is what they expected to be. Now this is about finishing the job and taking care of business on that front. So for me, I'm feeling very good about the vibe of this Chiefs team, their approach, their confidence level. It's all there. And I would say on the confidence level too, they're not coming in overconfident, I don't think. Everything we've heard, Travis Kelce did an interview just last night with his brother on ESPN, and he was giving a lot of credit to the Philadelphia Eagles and talking about how much respect he has for the Philadelphia Eagles. So they're not taking this opponent lightly by any stretch of the imagination. So heading into this week, beginning Super Bowl week here on this Sunday, a week to go till the Super Bowl is played, this team is locked in, razor focus. They're all in on this matchup. They're saying all the right things. So that's a good start to the week. Let me ask you guys real quick. What's your confidence level for the Chiefs heading into this Super Bowl? How confident are you feeling about this team heading into this matchup against Philadelphia? Let us know in the comment section. Scale it 1 through 10. I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm about an 8 out of 10, personally speaking. What are you guys at? Weigh in. Let us know in the comment section, our pinned comment today, and chime in. Tell me what you think. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the place to go for daily fantasy made easy. Here's how it works. Choose 2 or more players on any given category. Get the choice more or less, whether you're talking fantasy points in football, rebounds in basketball, goals in hockey, all sorts of different categories to choose from. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS, and they got 2 great things that they're offering right now, folks. They will give you up to 1,000 times your money. Yes, you have the opportunity to win up to 1,000 times your money. And on top of that, folks, listen closely. If you play $5, you can give $50 to play for free. You don't even have to win to get the money. With the big game coming up on Sunday, they have a great deal right now. All right? If you take Patrick Mahomes to have more than half a passing yard, and I sure hope he has more than half a passing yard, I think that's going to be the case, then all you had to do is just get one more stat projection. So with that, go ahead and give me Saquon Barkley to have more than half a receiving or rushing touchdown. If I put $20 down, both those hit, that turns into $50 on Prize Picks. Play along with me, prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. Check out Prize Picks today. You'll be glad you did. All right. So a couple more just kind of general thoughts leading into this matchup this week that I want to point to here. I think a big story is the offensive line situation for both teams. Let's start with the Chiefs for a moment here. Andy Reid has made it known he's holding to his guns that Joe Thuney is going to be your starting left tackle, that he's still going to hold things down there, and they're going to go forward with that. And they've seen a lot of success. I would say that this is the best the Chiefs' offensive line has looked in this 2024 through 25 campaign is what they've done with Joe Thuney at the left tackle position. All right? So that's good. But here's the big but on this, is that as good as Joe Thuney has been, we have seen the run game take a significant step back. Isaiah Pacheco obviously hasn't been his old self since coming back from injured reserve. We've seen a few flashes. You know, he had the longest run of the season against the Las Vegas Raiders earlier this year. Kareem Hunt has kind of taken a step back, although he had a decent game in the AFC Championship game. I'm very curious. I believe that if the Chiefs can find a way to run the football effectively, and I don't care who it is, whether it's Hunt or Pacheco, heck, even Patrick Mahomes for all intents and purposes, if they can find a way to run the football effectively, I don't see how they lose this football game. Now, do they have to run the football to win? No, but it would make life a lot easier on them if they can find a way to run the football effectively. So if they do that, I think they're in really good shape, because we know Patrick Mahomes is going to show up and do his thing, and the pass game's going to be on as far as that goes. So to me, it's the run blocking on the offensive line. If they take care of business, Chiefs are going to win this game. I full-heartedly believe that and think that's the case. Meanwhile, on Philly's side of things, with Dickerson and Jurgens dealing with their injuries, it sounds like both of those guys are going to play, but are they 100%? How do they necessarily look? And credit where credit's due. You go back to that Washington game, when both of them were banged up, it didn't matter. The offensive line was still fantastic. They ran the ball great with Saquon Barkley. The pass blocking was there as well with those guys. So even in that circumstance, when they were even more banged up, obviously they'll have 2 weeks to get healthier here, they still met the match. They did what they needed to do against that Washington Commanders defense. So what I'm looking, if I'm Spags, is what can you do to, number one, stop the run. That's objective number one, try to slow down Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts' rushing ability. But number two, what can you do to get after Jalen Hurts, keep him in the pocket, and get him out of sync of sorts? Because although Jalen Hurts played good in the NFC Championship game, there was questions about his health just even a few weeks ago. So if the Chiefs defense can find a way to get that pressure on Jalen Hurts, if they can get through that banged-up Philadelphia Eagles offensive line, then we're talking about the Chiefs being in some really good shape potentially here. And I'll say this too, when it comes to Jalen Hurts, it's been kind of strange what's gone on with his receivers. A.J. Brown, we know about the first two playoff games when he didn't play great, and we was reading the book on the sidelines and all that. It was kind of odd, right? And then Devonta Smith had a nice finish to the regular season, but he's had an up and down year. If they get pressure on Jalen Hurts and put him in a situation where he's struggling to pass the football, then you're all of a sudden cooking with bacon grease as far as that situation goes. So those are a couple things I'm watching for. Is the offensive line battle, who is going to step up between Kansas City and Philadelphia and lead the charge when it comes to that offensive line as far as that goes. But plenty of storylines we'll be following over the next couple of days in this matchup. Very intrigued to talk to Patrick and Travis and Chris Jones, these guys that have been a part of these Super Bowls, and what are they going to do differently this time? Or are they going to do anything differently at all to prepare for this matchup? I think it's going to be fascinating. Andy with a chance to cement his legacy as one of, if not the greatest coaches in the history of this league. And I think he's got a significant coaching advantage on Nick Sirianni. I would take Andy over any coach in the league, but certainly take him over Sirianni. I'm very curious to see what he has dialed up this week. And you know, Andy always has something up his trick of sleeves of sorts. We saw plays that he called against Buffalo that we had not even seen all season. You spend so much time looking at the tape, looking at the film, and then they'd bring you something new that you haven't seen. So what new stuff giving Andy 2 weeks? I think that's dangerous territory there. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun week. Can't wait to cover it all for you. I'll have coverage on my social media channels, at Tyler Jones Live, on X, and Facebook, and Instagram. So follow me there for more stuff. Before we go, what do you guys got? What's your prediction? Who wins? What's the final score? I already gave you my prediction a couple days ago. I got the Chiefs 30-27. Who do you guys got? Let me know in the comments section. Appreciate you joining us as we continue roadside. We got the crew here. Sam Brown is still asleep. Brett Scott driving. We got more people in another vehicle as well. It's going to be a fun week, so stay tuned for it all. Subscribe now for the latest happenings from the Super Bowl, and we can't wait to bring it all to you here on the Chiefs Report. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.